Hi. So my name is Varun Raheja and I am the director of Raheja Solar Food Processing. So actually we are a social enterprise. We are actually working for the welfare of farmers. In the same we are into the expertise of solar drying. So how can this will help like to farmers to double their source of income or to uplift their their life in terms of the financial status and their like how can we like store or like make their produce more value added, and how can we market those products at a high according to the market requirement where they get the price that they deserve. So that's where we are working on. So I will start with a basic introduction with my company. So like we have started as a social enterprise for the welfare of farmers that I already told about you. So it's more on the post-harvest losses. How can we reduce the losses of farmers, which normally constitutes around 40 to 50%. So around if you take example of fruits and vegetables production in India, so around one third of the total production goes waste every year, and that account for around 93,000 crore rupees per year losses. And according to some Dalai Lama committee like a report, they have said that around 85,000 crore rupees of total investment can reduce those losses to zero per year. And that's where a processing and farm to fork linkages, which is now very hot spot in the agriculture sector. So that's where there are many things which are working in the market to like to reduce the waste of the farmers. So mostly like what we are into, so we are more majorly into food processing. So that's where we are doing with with solar dryers that we have developed. So we have been recognized by United Nations and many other Indian newspapers and the media coverage. Like it's and most of the reports and our market research like tell us that it is the most affordable solar dryer which is available in the market. So why is it so? So why the United Nations have recognized our the work that we have been doing? So there's few reasons behind what we are doing very unique as compared to other manufacturers, or like I don't want to compare with others, but what how can we like there's a problem out there in the market. Farmers are getting the most harm over there and they are not getting the benefits. Like society rates of farmers are increasing day by day. Farmers are not getting the benefits. Protests are going over everywhere, and each and every calamity leads to harm to the farmer. And like in the society where we know the one who feed us is sleeping hungry daily. Just a horrible situation. So that's where we come up with solar drying techniques, and I want to thank Repki Foundation and Krishna Kaushik for giving me opportunity to speak about on the same, that the work that we've been doing for the farmers. So like we have started around 2.5 years ago in 2018. So that's where I was in engineering. I was doing my engineering, but along with it I was doing some research for the welfare of farmers. It's my passion to reduce the waste. So that's why I was working on. That's why I was working on to reduce the waste of farmers. So I've been doing few experiments with fresh produce, with the agriculture waste. How can we make value-added product out of the produce they have or the waste they have? So we have worked around 2 or 3 models, and finally solar drying came out to be the most profitable model. So it's more profitable for the farmers because that's where the one third of their produce can be processed, and then it can be marketed when the need is there. So I will start with some basic solar drying, what solar drying is and how is it beneficial for farmers. So I want to go over there. So like solar drying is the very simple method. Like we have been using it since generation. We normally call it sun drying. But like our grandmothers, grandfathers, the generation grandmother used to like dehydrate the vegetables in the season of winter when there is excess of vegetables, and they used to rehydrate again by pouring them in water again. So they are using in summer season when the vegetables are not available. So right now everything is like as the generation is going on, we are more uplifting, like with globalization and with technology advancement, we are now can see that all the vegetables are available whole year. But that's not a case, because right now when you go for any vegetable, if you take example of any vegetable, like take example of fenugreek. So fenugreek can only be grown in just specific places or in a specific environmental conditions. But with more genetic modification, we are able to grow the same fenugreek in the different type of conditions. Like if you take example of apple, so apple can only be grown in Himachal, Uttarakhand. We used to think about it, but now apple are being grown in Maharashtra itself. So how is it possible? And when you compare the nutrition value of both produce, you will find there is a vast difference. Because if it is grown in the ideal condition, if it is grown in the condition where it is the suitable temperature and the air flow, the soil fertility is over there, so they are able to get the better benefit. And the nutrition value is going to be high over there. But when you grow in a condition where it's not ideal, so you are imposing force on the seeds, on the plant to grow that produce. So that it is growing, you are getting apples out of it, the taste, the nutrition value is not over there. So that's the problem over there. Now you can also see one more example that organic is getting more like, because they are more nutrition, so organic is getting a more hotspot in the market, like they are more valuable, they are premium. So that why they are premium, because they are being grown without genetic modification, they are being grown with the desi seeds and desi methods, because the same seed can only be grown in the condition where it is suitable. So if I have to take like for organic, the season is specific. If I have to grow fenugreek, so I can only grow in winter. I can never grow in summer or in a rainy season. So it can only harvest, or the sowing can only be done in the rainy season, harvesting can only be done in the winter season. So that is possible. That is like, that's the nature which is designed accordingly. But we are like humans are doing more like upgradation according to the like convenience of human being. But that's not a case. So that's where the problem is. We are not eating the nutrition for which we are living. We are just eating for the sake of eating. So that's where we are working with farmers who are in the tribal area, who are more into organic, who are making extra efforts to produce to produce their fruits and vegetables with most nutrition, and they are not getting the market. So why they are not getting the market? So that's a major problem. You can even see that at the time of harvesting, if there's 100 farmers in a village and everyone is growing tomatoes, so at the time of harvesting, all the farmers get the harvest at the same time. And when the harvest, then when the produce is in the large amount in the mandi, it's obvious the market, like the price is going to go down. So when the price is going to go down, farmers are not even getting the benefit, not even getting the profit. They have to sell at the rate of 2 to 3 rupees. So that's the problem in the country. You will find everywhere in every state that farmers are throwing their produce. So that's because there's no formal infrastructure which is modeled over there. So everyone is going with I will to use a Hindi word, that is bhed chal. सब भेड़ चाल में भागे जाते हैं. No one is thinking about कि if 99 people are doing tomatoes, if I will grow onion or I will grow potatoes, so I will get a better rate, because at the time of harvesting, no one is there who will compete with me. So that's why I'm going to get the benefit. When the demand is high and I'm going to give the produce, I will get the better rates. But structure is not over there. The infrastructure is not good over in India. At the most places, farmers are at very remote places, and they have to sell their produce in the city area. So they have to transport their produce and come to mandis, and that's where middlemen are also there. So middlemen have also sucked the farmers. The economy is over there. Like farmers are not getting the benefits, and agriculture industry is falling down. But still, the middlemen and companies are growing. So why is it so? Because farmers are they are getting sucked only. The other generation, like the other middlemen and businesses are not getting that, because they have the technique, they have the storage system. Farmers are not, they don't have the storage system. If they are harvesting any produce, if they are harvesting tomatoes, so they have to sell their tomatoes 2 or 3 days. in 2 or 3 days they have to sell their tomatoes. After that they have to throw, because the shelf life is 2 to 3 days. But at the different side, when we talk about the middlemen of businesses, so they have the cold storage, they have the warehouses, that's where they can store their produce. So they can preserve their produce for 1 week or 2 weeks or even for months. When the market rates are good, they can sell those. But farmers doesn't have that technology or not have the infrastructure where he can preserve their produce. So that's where Solo Dry comes into the picture. So we are providing those Solo Dry to the small and marginal farmers at the time of harvesting when the market rates are not good. So at that time they can dehydrate those produce, and after dehydration the color, the taste, the nutrition value and the flavors of each and every produce is going to be intact. So even after 1 year, when the market rates are good, then when farmers sell that dried produce in the market, so he is going to get the benefit. The maximum benefit is going to get, because it tastes like a 1 day old produce. Even after 1 year, the drying is so good that it tastes like a one day old produce. No one can recognize a sabzi which is made from a dried product that it is from dried fruit, it is from dried vegetable, or is it made from a fresh vegetable. So that's the beauty of a Solo Dryer. You can use those produce, you can dehydrate those produce and preserve it for 1 year. And when the market rates are high, after the harvesting season or after the season of any fruit, if I take an example of mango, so right now mangoes rate are around 40 rupees, 50 rupees in the market. But at the time of winters, the same mangoes, if any industry want to use it for their produce, they have to buy it from like cold store. So cold store will ask for minimum around 150 rupees per kg of the same produce which is he has bought from 40 rupees, because the market doesn't have the mangoes at that time. So he can ask whatever price he wants. If the same thing, the same advantage that those cold store or that businesses have can be given to the farmers, so that's where we are working on. So we are creating a dryer which is affordable for all the farmers, for all the small and marginal farmers, even for agripreneurs or entrepreneurs who wants to work for the welfare of farmers in their society. Like we have been working in like 25 states currently. In Manipur we are working with a special variety of pineapple which is Victoria Queen pineapple. So that pineapple, if it can be airlifted to Delhi, it can be sold at the rate of 150 rupees. And that pineapple is like the maximum margin is going to the retail sector or to the middleman, but not to the farmer, because there's lot of airlifting cost, the transportation cost is over there, there's lot of handling cost, the retailer price is over there, retailer margin is over there, the person who is helping them have a margin over there. So farmer is not getting more than 20 to 30 rupees. So if that farmer have the Solo Dryer, if he can dehydrate those product over there in Manipur itself, and he wants to sell those pineapple to other parts of India, so he will get the maximum benefit. So that's the advantage that the farmers that have, those who have Solo Dryer is getting for the advantage because of the Solo Dryer. So that's why we are working with all the produce which is available in the market. So I want to talk about more problems that farmers are facing right now in India. So some of them are like the technology which are available in the market. So mostly there are various institutes, there are various ICARs, Krishi Vigyan Kendra working over there, but they are making those technology advancement or modification in the lab itself. They are not coming into the ground reality what farmers the problem are facing over there. So that's where the problem is, and they are making those machines, those technology in the lab itself. So how you are going to get a suitable comfortable product which is ideal for the farmer, because you don't even know the problem what's over there. So that's a major problem in India with the education system is, so they are making all the technology advancement in the lab itself. They are not coming to the ground. So that's one of the more this is a second problem which is over there in India. So that's where a problem is, that's where the fault of the system. The infrastructure is not there, the technology that farmers actually need is not over there. So while designing Solo Dryer, that companies, that brain minded that innovators comes to the ground. That's the first priority. So that's not there. So while we were designing our solar dryer, we kept that problem in mind, because I'm also coming from an engineering background. I've been to engineering colleges, to various innovative events. I have found that they're already very sharp-minded, that people over there who can design the best product for our system, for our farmers who are facing a lot of problems, but they are not coming into the market. So while doing the same, while working for the farmers, I actually aggregated all the sharp-minded friends that I have, the contacts that I have, and while designing solar dryer for the community, for the farmers, we have all come to the ground and what is the problem that they are facing. We have take out all the picture, all the problems we take out on the paper, and for each and every problem we figure out the solution, and that's how the solar dryer can be designed. That's where how a problem can be solved, because you are doing on a ground scale. So solar dryer, you know about solar dryer, like I've discussed about solar dryer, but one more thing, that solar dryer is already available in India from like around 30 to 40 years. Solar dryer is in the market. So most of the companies, the product which are available in the market, that's the design and everything, it's changing according to the modifications. So they are adding few equipment, the material which are over there, which are adding the cost, which are adding the services. They are adding the features of the solar dryer. But when we talk about farmers, they don't need those features, they don't need those services over there. So they need a simple model which is very easy to use. So that's making solar drying more effective, because solar drying is very simple system. You are only using solar radiation to dehydrate your produce. You don't need any electricity, any electronic or technology part, and more. When we went into the ground reality, we found out that farmers are very secure. They feel very secure when a system can be developed in rural area, but when a technology which is developed in a lab, they lack their confidence while using it, because they find it very hectic. So it's costly, obviously. Around 15,000 rupees machine is obviously costing, like, expensive for them. So while using that, when you are adding more technology over there, it lacks their confidence to use it. So, and any technology, when the person who is using it doesn't have the confidence to like work over there, that model is not going to be sustainable. So that's another problem that we have worked on. We have made our solar dryer very easy to use, so that farmers can just cut their produce, and when they need it, they just put them in the solar dryer. So you will find more details on my platform, or even I will share with the link of my website, where you will find more detail. Even Repki Foundation is also manufacturing solar dryer for the farmers. So there are around 20-30 companies who are working for the welfare of farmers in India, so that they can reduce the waste, the post-harvest losses. So one more thing which is more important with solar dryer, which is very essential right now, is like when we provide solar dryer. So using solar dryer, farmers are able to dehydrate their produce. So they are able to cut their produce, they are able to like put them in the solar dryer. After dehydration, they can package it. But dried produce can't be sold in the mandis. It has to be sold to the consumer where the market is. And the market is over, like you will find everywhere. The dehydrated produce is everywhere. But farmers, the farmers don't have the marketing skill. The marketing is not their cup of tea. So over there, the second problem that we face in the market too, like the solar dryer is a wonderful technology, but when it comes to the farmers, they are using it and they are getting the benefit. They are dehydrating their produce. The produce which otherwise goes waste is now converting into value-added product. But you are only going to get those value when you are able to sell your produce in the market. But that's not a condition over there, because farmers can't sold a product. They can't create a market for a new product. So there are also companies over there who are helping those farmers to sell their dehydrated produce. So there are three key roles which is coming with solar dryer. It's the the dryer should be very affordable. The second important thing, what are the products that you should dehydrate that have the market, that have the existing market. So that's where a second part is coming in, which is training of the solar dried products. So how you should cut it, what should be the color of the produce, what should be the ripeness where you should like dehydrate your product. And the third most important thing is the support in the sale, where you should sell it. So these three things, if all three things come into the picture, that's where we are able to provide this food security to the farmers. We are able to like preserve those food which otherwise go waste. Second thing, we are providing them the market. We are providing them the market requirement which is there. And third thing, we are taking those dehydrated products to the consumer, to the end consumer directly. So that's where that's where the key role is to create a circular economy. You just can't help those farmers with just the solar dryer. You have to come up with dried products. You have to come up with a dried product which is very like beneficial or convenient for a end consumer. So that's where our company is doing. There are many other organizations which are doing to aggregate those farmers to dehydrate their produce, to provide them the training, how you should package it, what should be the size of the product, what should be the shape of your product, what people like, what's the demand in the market. Like if anybody interested to work along farmers, so you just go with the product which are available in the market itself. Like right now, when you go to a kirana store, you will find most of the produce in the dry form, like turmeric, like onion, ginger, garlic. They are coming in the dried products. And the same thing, and the prices are even high. Around 300 rupees is the price of the dried tomatoes. So this is already market over there. If farmer want to go to reach the market, there can be a gap over there, that from farmer to the market, that can be a new enterprise can be created. So there is a huge opportunity for entrepreneurs, for our local entrepreneurs, like for local to vocal. There's more opportunity to bridge the gap between the farmers who have the solar dryer, who are dehydrating their produce, to the market. So there are a lot of produce that can be possible. We are also assisting those farmers and entrepreneurs, how can they start their own enterprises with solar dryer and with solar dried products. So that's the thing about our company and the role that we are doing in the society, and the channel that we are using, and the techniques and the model that we have developed right now. So I'm open to more questions if anyone who is watching, and they can comment on the site. Even I am open to our REPCI Foundation. So you can ping me or talk to the REPCI Foundation if you want to get in touch with me. So it's done from now, and thank you so much for listening to me.